Today we're going to repair this 8-inch chef knife. It's been worked a little bit through a pull-through sharpener, so you can see the hollowed out section there. That means when you're cutting, it's got this horrible hard stop, and nothing that's on a cutting board where it should be getting cut through is going to be cut through properly. So we're going to hit it on a 2x42. I'm going to cut some bevels and make sure the profile's right on the 4-inch. It's got a lot of surface area, so it's easy to make sure you get it right. Then we're going to move to the 1x30 for our normal sharpening. 120 cling spore, 240 cling spore, extra fine Scotch Brite, cardboard wheel with green compound, followed by a clean yellow felt belt. Let's do it.
Righto, so 2x42, eddy grit cling spore, rapid material removement. Taking material off the front and the back of the knife to match the deepest part of the hollowed out section and get a nice working profile. Testing the profile now on a flat surface, and you can see there's a nice roll to it, flat enough to cut through everything nicely, but curved enough to rock nicely. Okay, off to the 4-inch grinder for that wide platen. This is a Diablo, I think it's an 80 grit belt as well. Using that wide surface to keep the profile correct. There's less wobble to a wider surface, so it makes it a lot easier to keep your profile correct. This is just cutting in the bevels more or less the right angle, more or less to an apex. It doesn't have to be all the way apex at this point. It's just to get the foundation right so it's easier on the 1x30. Remember to always check your work. Make sure you're getting the results you want when you finish each step. Okay, 1x30. Now we're cutting in the bevels proper, forming a burr, getting to the apex. A little trick here, use the shadow the knife creates on the belt, and you'll be able to get the blade flat down on that pattern. Checking for the burr, looking at the bevels. I noticed that I didn't get this as much as I wanted on the heel, so I just touched it a little bit there extra so that it corrects it. And now last pass on the 120, and we're forming a burr on one side and forming a burr on the other side. Now I drop the knife down to a low angle. We're probably looking at 5 degrees or so. It's barely above the belt. This is to just cut the corner off that initial bevel and create a geometry that goes through ingredients easier. There's less material to move all at once when the knife's a little bit thinner. The lower you go and the thinner you go with this process, the higher the performance will be, and the higher the performance is, the less stability the edge will have. So find a balance, talk to your customers, see what they want to use the knife for, and take it from there. Moving on to a Klingspor 240 grit belcher. This is to refine the scratch pattern. I refine the low angle as well. If you leave it rough, you can definitely feel that coarse grit on the second bevel going through the food, and it's not nice. I don't believe it's good for the food either. and then coming in at the same angle as before here. Both sides, just refine the scratch pattern, reduce the burr a little bit as you go. As usual, very quick on this belt, all the hard work is already done. Moving on now to the extra fine Scotch-Brite belt. This, for me, seems to be the best, most consistent results I've had. The procedure stays the same across almost all knives and steels, so it's really giving good results. You can actually see here how the burr is sort of stretched out, and then how it starts being abraded through from the back of it and worked off. You can see the burr folding over, and then you can see it start coming apart here. You can see little gaps forming in it. On this pass you'll see the burr actually starts to really come off. And then one for good measure here. The cardboard wheel is next, and the cardboard wheel isn't a hard working tool. It is a polishing step only. So it'll take residual burr and thin it out and remove it, but it won't remove a big burr. So trying to match the sharpening angle and miss the handle. One pass on each side polishes up just great. Gives a nice feeling slice and a still toothy yet refined edge. And now back to the 1x30. We're going to finish this up on a clean felt belt. It's essentially 3 passes per side and then alternating twice on each side. Very light pressure here, same as the Scotch-Brite belt. If you put pressure on this, you'll round your apex over, and that's not what we want to do here. The belt is running at full speed on this grinder. I will still give this a strop on a leather block upstairs once I've washed the knife. But for testing here, nice and easy. I like to test it cutting through the side of the paper like this. And you try and get it where the paper is as unsupported as possible to see if it actually bites. And it does. And here's just a final check on the profile, and it's good.